Hey, y'all, I don't know what happened. It just cut off or whatnot. So I decided to go ahead and do the part three. Hey, I'm back. I don't know what happened. So I decided to do a part three since YouTube cut me off. YouTube cut me off, y'all, on the part two. So I'm gonna do the part three. Finna turn my camera on. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Named Millie Barbie. Decided to come out and share my life with you all from Memphis to Dallas. Yeah, excuse how I look. There's a lot of curly stuff and stuff going on. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Hey, y'all go back and look at part one and part two so it can make sense, y'all. But I'm finna pick up where I left off. So, you know, I ain't want, I was always feeling like I'm the hip, you know what I'm saying? And, things was kind of like different. Like it was a whole like change for me, like for it's like my life and going up over here and whatever. So, so we followed them to the apartment. So we treading them, and I'm like, OMG. I'm like, I don't want to say my homegirl name, so I'm just saying homegirl. Homegirl, like, we ain't look like we about to go up over here to TT so and so apartments or whatever where I be going it or whatever when I'm watching the boys or whatnot and when she get me out the house so I can breathe from what I'm going through because she understood she didn't like I can say that my aunt and law family didn't like how she was doing. Like it wasn't no uh secret. Like they knew how what she was doing, how she was doing, and they even like had talks with her, and she felt some type of way about it because she was always bragging on her nephew that she had custody of, and they were like, what about, what I'm saying, what basically what about me? And she felt some type of way because it's like I was invisible, but you like I was just like her, I guess I was a slave, I don't know. But anyway, we end up, yeah, we pulling into the apartments. I'm like, OMG, we pulling over here to the apartments, and as we trailing them, we turn on the same strip where Batiti stay, and I'm like, oh my god, the sister that I'm really close to. So I'm like, OMG. So I was like, OMG. I was like, if her truck there, we good. But if her truck ain't there, man, we gonna have to park this junk somewhere else or whatnot. So we end up putting up over there. And then I looked, I was like, okay, her truck there or whatever she in for the night. So we park, we going there, we kicking it and everything. Like we having a good time. We watching the time because I know that I gotta be back. Like I don't like long as I be back at 4 a.m. I'm Gucci. Like I was barely getting rest anyway, so it'll be a school night and I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Becky. And so, I be And so I barely get rest anyway. Come folks in school anyway, cause while I'm going through, I'm just traumatized individual, just want to get out and just like feel free a little bit and whatever. I want no bad, you know what I'm saying, child. But hey, I am jacking. I will, you know what I'm saying, beat ass and take names. Sorry, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so we in there, we kicking it and all that third or whatnot. We cool. So you know what I'm saying. So when 3 o'clock hit, I'm like, oh, okay, like we need to be heading on out. So we head out or whatever. So that was going on for a long. That was going on for like I say like I don't want to be wrong. That was going on for like at least like 2 months. I parked the car right. I made sure everything fixed up, cleaned up. I made sure the gas was back on what it on where it was and everything or whatnot. So everything was good. So hey everybody. So everything was good. So that was going on. So boom, it started getting deeper. The twins started inviting us to parties and stuff. And the party was in South Memphis. So, you know what I'm saying, from East Memphis to South, I say it was probably like good, like probably like 30 minutes or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But I got good memories, so you know what I'm saying. When it wasn't no like GPS, like the phones that you have is like the kiosk servers, like the punch on the buttons on the wood. So it wasn't no touch screen phones or whatnot where you GPS to put the address. It wasn't none of that or whatever. So I had to remember like where I was going so I can make sure that I get back and I was good at this. So we started going to parties and stuff like this. So boom. Man, I say it was this one party that we had went to in the South. Cause we went to a few parties in the South, but this party right here is what got me caught up. Man, god damn it, shit. It was me, it was my home girl, and then twin them, they had their car or whatnot, but it was a few of their friends or whatever. We was kind of we had a few people with us or whatever, so everybody couldn't fit in their car, so somebody had to ride up in the car with me. So boom, you know what that mean. When we leave the party, we gotta drop these motherfuckers out, we gotta go home. So boom. Hold on, y'all. Man, goddamn shit. We at their party. They don't want to leave. I'm talking about, I'm pressing for time. My homegirl looking at me like, I'm like, oh my God, this is a disaster. Man, y'all, we didn't leave their party to damn near 6, and we had to take them home and all this, sir. I'm just knowing that they up. And this particular night, I didn't take her phone with me. So I'm glad everything happened for a reason. Kind of glad that I did it or whatnot. But cause shoot, like I already got the card and phone, all that there. Ooh, so I was comfortable this go round or whatever. And my homegirl, she had her phone, and growing them they had their phone or whatnot. And so boom, we end up. I was like, man, fuck it, I just gotta go ahead and do it. So we stayed at the party, and we had to drop them off or whatever, and I had to drop her off, and it was daylight. And mind you, this is a Saturday because at first I wasn't doing none stuff we had to go to church on Sunday or whatnot. So I'm already knowing that they up getting ready for church and everything. It's just a whole messed up situation. So I pull up in the driveway in the car, turn the car off with the keys and everything. I already made well now this particular night I made sure I didn't do the gas thing. I didn't make sure the car was straight or nothing like that. I just pulled up and then I raced to the side of the house and I go to the back. I went to the backyard or whatever so I could check in their window. Man, I checked up in that window. That door was pulled through, and I looked there. It was my uncle and my aunt-in-law pacing back and forth. Man, y'all, I went back on. I shot from that backyard on the side of the house. opened up that car, put them keys up in there, and I just took off running. When I took off running, I went ahead and just went on to I actually went over there to the apartments where we was because the apartment was in the east, but it take a little minute to get there on feet. But man, I just took off running till I know I was out of sight where I know I can just freely walk and get back to the apartment. So shoot, this exactly what I did. I went to the apartments and I went back up over there to the twins house or whatnot, and then they was like they smoked weed and they smoked black and miles or whatnot. So I ain't want to smoke no weed or whatnot. So shoot, I get to the apartments. I'm sitting on the green box across from their place. I knocked upon. I got off the box after like 10 minutes. Off the green box, like 10 minutes. Knocked up on the door. Nobody didn't come to the door because it's early in the morning. I know they knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And then their mom probably sleeping and everything. I'm locked in. At this point, I'm locked in. We locked in with the family and everything. I'm locked in with the family all day there. So you know what I'm saying? Rest Miss Beth Soul or whatnot. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I sit on the green, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking about I'm so nervous. I'm talking about I'm just like don't know what to do. I'm caught. You know what I'm saying? Everything fucked up because of their party. So shoot, I walked to the store that was next door to the apartments or whatnot. And mind you, you gotta be a certain age to buy tobacco. I didn't even know what I was doing. Man, I went in there and I had bought a regular black mouth plastic tip, the regular one, plastic tip, bought a lighter. They ain't asked my ID or nothing like that. Man, I went back to the apartment, sit on that green box, just lit it up, didn't even know what I was doing. When I say all my nervous and everything being scared and all this shit just went away, it had went away. Hey, let me rewind it back. I forgot about let me rewind it back. I'm going far ahead because I told you like my life is like a whole book. Like, okay, so it was a couple of times where I forgot about this. My aunt-in-law nephew moved to Memphis, and he ended up in my supposed to be room, and it ended up being up. He ended up getting the bed up in there, putting his office up in there and everything, because my room was big enough for you to put an office on one side and then be in the bed and all that. It was big. But the only thing I went up in there for is just like, you know what I'm saying, get peace of mind, talk to God, read, do my homework, and then my clothes and stuff was up in there. So a couple of times like where I have got caught because they was trying to find out. Like one time, a couple times I was over there, they thought my uncle got the car and was over there like cheating, like snooping around, but he wasn't. It was me in the car, so they were just trying to find out what's this. So I did get caught by them, but they didn't say nothing, you know, or whatnot. But it had died down, and then I started back doing it or whatever, and I guess they were just like done with. They knew I wasn't getting caught, so they were just like, it is what it is, because you know what I'm saying, what I'm going through or whatever, you know, and they know that I ain't doing it. I'm just trying to be out chilling and hanging like when I can hang, because it's all I could do. I couldn't do it. I wasn't skipping school. I wasn't going over to nobody else's school. So it's like after hours, that's when I could, you know what I'm saying, do my little 1, 2, and then on the weekend I done had everything down pat. But except for that party or whatnot. So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward. So I hit that black and mild. It's like I'm talking about all all the worry and the being scared and all they just went away or whatnot. So I was just sitting out there or whatnot, and my TT, like she was at the house. I knew she was gonna be eventually coming out the house or whatnot, you know, cause she got the I'm sure she got the memo. So Soon as she came soon as I saw her hit that corner, my I jumped out the green box so fast and hit the corner in the apartments, and I was gone. I'm talking about I was hiding in the apartments or whatever. She was searching all over the apartment, see could she see me, could she find me. She knocked on the twins door, whatever. Nobody didn't come there, so they was still knocked out or whatever the case may be. Good thing, you know what I'm saying? So she can find me or whatever. And then I was hearing her or whatever on the phone line, like she ain't over here or whatever. I just knocked on the I just peeked around. I knocked up on over her like, "Oh, was you being there?" 'Cause I guess she just went ahead and just told her, you know what I'm saying, that I know folks up over there, and I was, kicking when I was coming over there to her house or whatnot. So I was hiding. So shoot, after that died down, I was like, hell no, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. So I ended up going around to when it died down, I ended up going around to the other side of the patio door, the twins' house or whatnot, and I knocked up on it. Then they ended up being up or whatever, and then the slid open, came through. They saw I still had on what I wore to the party. So I had told them what happened or whatever. They were like, well, fuck. I was like, I need to go up over there to my homegirl house or whatever. And so she stayed on the east side too, the Memphis, whatever. So they took me up over there to the house or whatnot. So they was up or whatever getting ready for church and stuff because they went to church on Sunday and where they had to go was like almost an hour away. So I end up breaking it down to my homegirl mama, but I ain't tell her mom that she was involved. So her mom didn't have no clue that she was involved, but my aunties knew that she was with me, but they ain't had a number for her mama and all that there, so she was in the clear. So, you know what I'm saying? So they end up, you know what I'm saying, telling me to come in, shower, put on some Kiara dress so I can go to church and all that. Then we'll just figure it out. The church, we're gonna pray and all this. So I end up going to church with them. So after that, you know what I'm saying, I'm telling them everything that was going on and all that there. And then the mama was like, "Shoot, you just can be in my house. We'll take you to go get some school clothes and all that there." And her mama rather that like just go to school from my house. And I was like, wow. So boom, like, ain't nobody heard from me. 'Cause mind you, I ain't got no cell phone. I couldn't have no cell phone and all that. Nobody heard from me or whatever. I'm in my homegirl house. I'm eating. I'm talking about I'm over there like ain't nothing going on. Gonna go around. Her mom, and dad, and sister and brothers like everything was just cool. So you know what I'm saying. So sure, I go to school. You know what I'm saying. Like I imagine you know what I'm saying. I'm young. I'm 14. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Like you know what I'm saying. I just know that I got away or whatever. I ain't know the consequences with the law and all that third juvenile and all that third. No age of 14, all that third. You know what I'm saying. So I'm in class, like like I'm in second period. It's English class. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up in there looking cute, you know what I'm saying? Raising my we had a questionnaire or whatever to prepare for our test. I'm raising my hand on all the questions. Don't tell me I'm answering all. Don't nobody know I'm raising my hand. I'm answering. So soon as I got to she got to her last question, I raised my hand or whatever, and she was like, "Okay, Carly." Man, the principal and police officers walk up in English room and was like, "Carly, when you get finished answering that question, come with us." Man, I answered that question. I went with them. I didn't know what was going on. I went up in the office with them and basically just told like what I was going through and all that there and all that. So they end up calling I was like I had they end up calling they were like asked me where I was or whatever and I told them I was in my home girl house or whatever the case may be and that's where I was or whatever and they were like oh you know saying who your home girl I ain't tell who the home girl was or whatever 'cause I ain't wanna I'm already in trouble with the police right here I ain't know what so I knew that much not to even do that or whatever so they end up calling my aunt-in-law uncle back, and it was a shocker because sh she was like, well, yeah, it was a shocker because they said what you want us to do, and she was like, she's not allowed back in my house, and um I was like, I'm not allowed back in the house, so I can't come. I can't. come back home like it's over. Like, nope. And then I was like, where my uncle at? He was like, I'm right here, I'm listening. Like he was standing on business with her. And he already knew that she was making the difference between me and her nephew and what I was going through because he had cried to me before about it, you know what I'm saying? To throw that up in there or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying, to make a long story short, because I ain't want to get off into all the extras on the side because this is about, what I'm saying, my life, what I'm saying, from Memphis to Dallas. So, what I'm saying, he had cried to me or whatever. So he already knew that. I guess he was standing on business with her because, what I'm saying, that is his wife, but you know what I'm saying, I'm your niece. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, no, no, you can't come back over here. So I was like, I can't get my stuff or nothing like that. They was like, nope, you know what I'm saying? They had custody of me. So I had to go to juvenile and then I became the ward of the state. And then they put me in this group home called Porter Leaf. It's in North Memphis or whatnot. I think it's in North Memphis. And I had to transfer schools to Manassas High School. And they at the at night it was boys and girls in the building, but the boys stayed at the building and the girls had a house to go to. It's like in Smoky City or whatnot in Memphis, Tennessee. That's a part of North Memphis called Smoky City. So we had the house. So it was like jail is like jail, like group homes, like jail. Like we escape, we go to juvenile, all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I had to spend a couple of birthdays up in there and then my auntie on my mama's mama side, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got a huge family. She fought she fought to get custody of me. She had to fight for a couple of years or whatever. And then she ended up getting visitation rights and all that third. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm up in there and I build it up where I get my privileges to get, allowance every week. I get my hair done. I had contests I can do, you know what I'm saying, all that third. And I had end up giving me a little boyfriend in Manassas. And his family had money and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I end up opening up to him after, you know what I'm saying, about 4 months or whatever about my situation because he saw me getting on the bus because like the bus drop us off, walk us in, and then once it's time to pick us up, we got to get on the bus and police. So I end up having to even tell him like what's what, you know what I'm saying? So because like he didn't really know for real because they end up letting me be on the basketball team for Manassas too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, while I had practice there, everybody gone, but when he was seeing me, he was like, what the fuck, you like, you up for leaving all that? So I had to open up to him, whatever. Like, we can't talk on the phone, we can't have phones and all that there. So back then, Jump Mobile was popping and shit. So he ended up getting me one of the Kyocera Jump Mobile phone, kept minutes on there. So I had the phone up in there and everything, let me use the phone. Females that wanted to escape out there, John, I'm helping them escape out of there and everything, and they ain't snitching on me or nothing like that if they got caught up and all this stuff going on. So I'm up in there. So boom. I end up having to get a caseworker. Caseworker end up having to take me shopping and all that. Cause mind you, like they told me I can't get none of my stuff and all that there, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I did was just, you know what I'm saying, going joyriding in the car. I ain't wreck it. They said they found an ID or a boy ID up in there in the back seat or whatever. And there was one of the passengers that they had to get up in the car, ride with us to the party. So they said they found that up in there or whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? Gas was low and all that there, but I left their keys up in there. I didn't take no money from them out of purse. I don't think I did was when joyriding. Yeah, I was sneaking out and I was joyriding. I wasn't having no sex or nothing like that, but but I guess it was just a simple fact that I took the car or whatever and you know what I'm saying? She liked to hurt the motherfucker anyway. So she that was like right up her alley and the shocker was how my uncle was riding along with him, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't that's all I did, you know what I'm saying, with joyride going to parties and stuff like that. Ain't like I was, you know what I'm saying, bringing uh any harm to the house and all that there. So I end up having to be in Puerto Rico and I got it to where when my auntie was in the process of getting custody of me, like after a couple years, I've been in there on the visitations and all that there, they bringing me gifts and all that there. Um they They let me going home on weekends and stuff like that. In Orange Mound, where I'm from, Orange Mound. That's where I'm from. She ended up getting a house in Orange Mound. So, cause she from South Memphis. I call her my T mom or whatever. So, she ended up having a house in, getting a house in Orange Mound. And of course they had to come out and make sure I had my own room and all that there, which I did or whatever. So they told me I can't get in no trouble, over the weekend or I ain't gonna be able to go home. So happened, boom. Going there on weekends or whatever, I end up meeting, what I'm saying, several people and stuff like that. And getting up with people that I grew up with from America. That's where I'm from or whatnot. So, one of the only girl that I ran with in the mound or whatever was in the altercation with some homegirls or whatnot. And I ended up calling her and meeting up with her so she could come back to our house or whatnot. And the two girls run up on her with one had a stick and one had a knife or whatever. Mind you, they told me that if I get in trouble on the weekend, like I won't be able to go home, man. We end up making the news. They end up seeing me on the news. So they had to prolong me going home and all that there. But I had to file what they call it, file a pill on it and all that third. That's when I found out about the pills. I'm like, man, God, man, you know what I'm saying? Because at this time I'm like 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I had to file a pill and all that because I'm like, I ain't like this stuff just happened out of nowhere. They was in all y'all like that's my house where I stay and all that third. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could see that's the house, like as my caseworker, like and whoever had to come and look in or whatever to make sure that I was in the, had my own room and everything was straight. You know what I'm saying? So that took a little minute or whatever the case might be. And but I end up eventually my auntie eventually ended up winning and getting custody of me. And I was over there with her and I picked up skills knowing how to do hair and nails and all that there. So I started doing her so I can, what I'm saying, help like provide for myself and then, you know what I'm saying? So, because I already know like it's a lot for my T-mom to take custody of me because she already had three kids. She had my little cousin. Me and her, we the baby girl. She 24 now, and then my big twin cousin, and then her middle son. You know what I'm saying? So she had three already. She had to take care of. So you know what I'm saying? Around taste time, that'd be the good time. You know what I'm saying? Where it could get some help. So she had told me to hit them up my my aunt-in-law, my uncle to see, you know what I'm saying, could they, send me something since they was filing me on their taxes because you know what I'm saying she by the time she had got custody of me, like Texas already been filed, like I was awarded a state, but they still was able to file me on their taxes. I don't know how. Don't ask me, but they was. So she told me to call them, ask them could they give me something so they find me on the text. So when I called my uncle phone and then I was like, hey, I said, TT, I was calling her TT then TT said, could you give me some money or whatever so I can get like school clothes and all that and get stuff that I need and stuff while I'm over here or whatever. Then he told me to ask my TT and that's his sister. He told me to ask her, but they found me on their taxes though. Make that make sense. So I was like, okay, and I just hung up the phone. I told her what he said, and she was like, you know what, don't even worry about it. So I'm sure that she called and wrote them or whatever. She had some words for him or whatever about this. So like it was kind of a struggle, but it wasn't on my end because I was doing her and all that there, and then what I'm saying jump mobile was still popping. So sure, I kept me a jump mobile phone with some minutes on there. I'm doing her. I'm doing all my little cousins, her on my mom and dad's side of the family because I had an auntie that had six girls. So I'm growing her. I'm doing people her up in the hood. Like I'm doing a couple of my aunties her or whatever the case may be. I'm doing, what I'm saying, I'm doing what I'm doing. So, what I'm saying, then I started secretly selling dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I had aunties, that that was around it that did that. and then they was with the guys or whatever that cooked it up and all that there. So and then the boyfriend, their man's be that too. So I'm the youngest one around them that's seeing this with my own eyes. My auntie, she gone to work all the time. So, she wasn't aware of everything that I was doing like when she wasn't there. So, what I'm saying, I'm up there, selling weed and selling dope. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at them how they was doing it or whatever, and then they leaving and somebody knock on the door. I already know how to sell it and what to do and all that. And then I end up getting plugged in. Next thing you know, I'm doing her and I'm doing it. And then boom, I'm like, okay, hey, how you doing? And so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, man, I'm smart, you know what I'm saying? They had to I was in the process, they had to be put in school too, you know what I'm saying? I'm a very smart individual, but so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go fill out me an application at Wendy's. I'm gonna walk there and fill out me an application. So I ended up walking to Wendy's, filled out an application. I knew what to fill out, but when it come to what I'm supposed to get paid, I didn't know what to put. So I had put 5.25, not knowing that minimum wage was 7.25. So like they hired me so quick. They were looking at me, they hired me so quick. They knew on that part. I filled out everything was to the team and the references and everything. When it came to that, how much I supposed to be making, I didn't know what to put right there. They was like desired salary. I was just like, shoot, I just put 5.25. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm gonna put 5.25. They hired me so quick and I working there for 5.25. So boy, I'm working there. I'm making my money and I'm going to school. I was able to buy me shoes. I was able to do everything. Like I was able to do a lot of stuff like go places and what I'm saying, basically a young adult, So, I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I'm helping my TT out too, even though, what I'm saying, she had it, but I'm helping out too because like, my because at this time, what I'm saying, my brother like was separated like from me. Like his dad came in his life. So we end up getting separated around when I was like in middle school. Like I say like was in middle school? Yep, I was in middle school. Me and him end up getting separated. Was that right? Yep. Middle school, we end up getting separated. His dad came in his life or whatnot. So that was kind of like different or whatever. Because I do have brother rest his soul or whatever, and I'm gonna get off into that. I'm gonna talk about that too because I did have a brother or whatnot coming up. It was just me and him or whatnot, and I mentioned it on the first live or whatever. His first words was my name because we only had each other, and all this. So eventually, what I'm saying, his life was good. He ain't had to worry about none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So his dad ended up coming in his life, so he ended up being good, and it so happened to be in the same neighborhood where I was staying there with my uncle and his wife. You know what I'm saying? His dad so happened to be staying in the same neighborhood, so we were still able to see each other. But my brother, he was having a good life with his dad or whatnot, and me, like it was just me, like we didn't know what it feel like to have a mother or a father, but his dad came, his father came in his life, and he was able to experience that. But me, what I'm saying, I'm still on the other end, not knowing what it feel like to have mother and father. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going through that or whatnot. But anyway, hold on, y'all. So yeah, I was able to, say provide myself, a young adult or whatever. So it started getting good. You know what I'm saying? My auntie Lee's about to be up, and we was able to move to the east side. It so happened to be at Wendy's on the east side. So I asked him about transfers or whatever. So I ended up having I was able to transfer from net Wendy's to the Wendy's out there. So I'm moving it out there. I'm doing her out there. I'm popping my shit and going to school and I'm going to school, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of me going to school, getting my grades and all that there, like it's like I had to stand up for myself a lot because I'm coming from Orange Mountain and I'm coming over the East. They think they hard or whatever, and people just be picking on people for no reason because they look good or they boyfriend like me or something like that. But I was up in there jump fresh. You hear me? I ain't we like I didn't mind putting that shit on. You hear me? My Hollister AirPods, all the J's, Nikes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Saving and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I was doing my little thing. So, you know what I'm saying, going to work, like taking my work clothes to school with me, putting in the locker because I know when I leave school, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Minors can work past 10 or whatever. So my T mom, she worked or she, you know what I'm saying, be out doing what she do. You know what I'm saying? I had to walk to the house, but it was just a straight shot and it ain't take nothing but like 15 minutes. So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? So you know me, I don't, and I'm rough and tough. Wish somebody would at that age too. You know what I'm saying? If I did have to make a call, oh, they coming like a snap of a finger, like in the midst of when I'm halfway there. So it was cool. Like you know what I'm saying? How I had to get back and forth. That was all cool. So what I finna say? So yeah, I'm working and all that there. Whatnot. So I want to say so. I end up, you know what I'm saying? I would get suspended from school and all that fighting and all that there because I came from a place where I was getting like, you know what I'm saying? Abused like physically and verbally, mentally, and all that there. And then I come up over here and y'all want to play like I'm not going for nothing next. I was getting kicked out, I was getting, you know, suspended from school a lot and all that there. And you know what I'm saying? My auntie understood and all that there, but she had to sit down and talk to me like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta calm down because, you know what I'm saying, like when I'm fighting, I'm putting people in the hospital. And there was just a lot of buildup like throughout life. But I'm like, I mean, they don't bother me like I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? My auntie a Libra like me, so shoot, I'm like, shoot, they don't leave me alone. Like I'm good. They up there think they tough and all that. I'm not going for none of it out. None of it. You know what I'm saying? So well, so we over there, my brother started coming around a lot, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I started dating and all that third conversation, having boyfriend, all that. My brother coming around, all that third boom. So one night my auntie had said, y'all come on with me or whatever. So we hop up in her truck and we go to the Greyhound downtown Memphis. We pick up this dude. They got on a light blue button down with some jeans and these boots and this brown paper bag that's folded down. I'm like, I'm in the front seat, they in the back. I'm like, they got teardrop tattoos. I'm like, oh, is this dude my auntie picking up from the Greyhound? And how come he's getting in the back and not the front? So as we drive, whatever, we hop on the expressway, we on the way back to the house. She said, my first nickname was KK or whatever before it came in the barber. She said, KK, look back there in the back. I look back there in the back. I'm looking like this how I'm looking. He was like, yeah, yeah, this mine's right there for real. I'm like, what the hell he talking about? I'm like, what in the world going on? She said, that's your daddy. Lord have mercy. I'm like, what? This is my who? My dad. Lord have mercy. And I was finna be 17 years old. I said, Lord have mercy. I kept on looking back there. I'm like, that's my dad. A whole menace to society, getting out the penitentiary for doing up 10 years. I'm like, man. So boom. At this point, hold on, y'all. This one more. My mom's dad's side. Y'all have a huge family. They love my mom's dad's side. Y'all have a huge family. They love me to death. Everybody took turn. Everybody played their part when they could. It just happened like that or whatever, you know. It just my life just so happened to happen like that, you know, and it was different. Me and my brother, we the oddballs, like at our families, like it was different. But anyway, so I'm like to my dad, so he's staying with us in our town house for a while till he get on his feet. He just got up something like, oh man, yeah. He was banging, he was OG, he was banging. Man, yeah. When I found out what he was or whatever, I started getting like I started being around him a lot. And I started seeing like where I get it from when it come to him, cause I have met my mom before, been around my mom and all that third whatever. I just, you know what I'm saying, like when I got older, whatever, I just, you know what I'm saying, don't went around like coming up like they didn't raise me or whatever, but I did like, you know what I'm saying, like meet her or whatever. So I'm looking at where I get it from. I'm like, mama in and out of jail. She beating and taking names and with the mess and none of my mess with her. Then I meet my dad. I meet this man. He's my dad. He a whole menace to society. Like he do anything. He get locked up. He going straight to the penitentiary. So I'm like, oh. So he slowly start opening up to his side of what he be doing and all they thorough whatnot. So, you know, me like I'm feeling some type of way anyway because I feel like I got a lot of built up, anger built up in me, and I need to let loose and all that there. I'm already getting kicked out of school, beating ass and all that there, and it is what it is, and I'm still going to work and making my money. At the end of the day, they won't stopping it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm still trying to figure out ways to still get my grades, extra for packets at school and all that there. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting to know who my dad is and how he rocking and how he rolling, whatever grooving is he say. So man, y'all hold tight. He started turning me over to criminal side. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a minor. So therefore, what I'm saying, like I always wanted to be loved by my parents. Like I don't know the story, still don't know the story. I don't know how they was. I don't know what happened, what transpired, or why, it my life was like this or whatever, but I was just happy just to have like one of them like functioning enough to like be in my life or whatever. So he turned me over to the criminal side. So I'm gonna stop right here on some to be continued because I know people hate it. But one thing about it, when I come back on, you're gonna tune back in on part 4 when I got turned on to the criminal side. And this is Millie Barbie's life. I know it's probably like long and everything, but I just most definitely want to give you like the depths of my life. And it's gonna get real. I'm just trying to get all this out the way from, when I was a minor and all that, and then it's gonna get juicy when I hit into adulthood or whatnot. Hey, I don't know if this moving anybody, that's watching or have watched or whatnot, but one thing about it is my life, and it was really different or whatever. But yeah, he started turning me over to the criminal side. And don't forget, I told you, my brother, when we moved to the east, back to the when I moved back, my TT moved to the east. You know what I'm saying? My brother was in the neighborhood that I was staying in, whatever, with my uncle and his wife. So he was able to come over and a whole lot of kicking with us and his cousins, because I was in the house. Like we was all able to, be around each other or whatever. So it's finna get juicy and it's gonna be like sad. Like if I shed a tear, I'm make sure what I'm saying, keep on talking or whatever because what I'm saying on on par I think this know what I'm saying on par what's it look I'm so I'm so overwhelmed and it's just so much to me that I forgot what part. Let me see. I did part one, two, this part three, so part four. Um, it's gonna be about like when I got turned over to the criminal side, and me, my cousins, and my brothers or whatever, and my dad, we was all like hanging around each other or whatever the case may be. So part four gonna get real. So excuse my hair, y'all. Y'all got to see me in my worst, just like y'all seen me in my best. On the videos and the pictures or whatever. And I am gonna do some more TikTok shorts with some acting to make you all laugh or whatnot, cause I love to act. I am an artist. I love to write music. I love to write raps, R&Bs and all that there. I know how to sing. I know how to rap. I haven't faced my fears to get on here to sing it, but I did my little rapping shorts. Y'all just check my videos out and my shorts out. Check my shorts out and my rap shorts out and my TikToks or whatever. Follow me on TikTok. Just pull up Millie Barbie if you wanna be in tune and just pull up Millie Barbie McNuckles on the social media sites or whatever. Get you a laugh in, especially on TikTok or my Facebook reels or whatnot, and follow me or whatever. But yeah, part four gonna get real. So hopefully I feel like getting on her later on and telling it. If not, hey, when I get back on her, just stay tuned in or whatnot. But I'm going, regardless whether you're looking or not, I'm gonna make sure I still drop it so you can go back and you can get you some popcorn or whatever you like to do. To eat a snack and sit back and listen. So, hey, I appreciate everybody that tuned in and was listening and or whatnot. And yeah, be ready for part four. And those of you all that's tuning in, go back and look at one, two, and this three right here or whatever. But part four it's finna get real on part four. So hopefully I don't take too long like I did. I had to give y'all part two and a part three because I took too long after the part one. So yeah, it's all good. Y'all be easy. Y'all stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about the things you can't change. But if you can change it, go ahead and take the steps to change it or whatnot. Don't it's gonna everything gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? You got this, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can. Because after I get finished telling you, my life, well, I don't know when it's gonna be done because hey, this is just the beginning. This is just part three right here. So hey, hopefully, I can, like grasp a lot of people. Hopefully, I can touch someone, that's out there that think that, you know, life get kind of hard. They can't do it alone and all that there. Like if you stay tuned in, like you'll see that there's hope. It's all about what you do. Just don't give up. It's all about what you want to do. Like for real. Like don't give up. Like you good. For real, for real. You know? So hey, love y'all. Stay tuned in. And I'm gonna try to be in my office, like my studio more with my life with Millie Barbara's Life podcast. Cause this is a podcast. It's a different kind of podcast. It's about motivation and you know what I'm saying and story time and all that there is kind of different, and hopefully I'll be able to bring other people on to, give a little insight on theirs, because hey, you just don't know who you'll help. You probably can help me too, you know. So, yeah, just keep the faith, be blessed, stay motivated, and remember, if ain't nobody do it right, or can nobody do it for you, how you want it done, and how you feel that it should be, it's gonna be God and it's gonna be you. All right. Love y'all.